What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So a few days ago we received one of the best Cyber Dragon support card we have gotten in years, and ironically it's not even a freaking Cyber Dragon monster. This is just how much Konami sometimes love us but also hates us at the same time. So this new monster is a machine, of course, level 8, very relevant, 2800 attack and 1600 defense. Okay, yeah, sure, it would have been nicer if it had 2100 defense, because next year would have been able to revive back, but I mean, who cares? The effect is so ridiculously good that you're gonna be super happy regardless. And it's it's an earth machine and not a light machine, but again, not the end of the world. So its effect is, you can target one Therion's monster or machine monster in your graveyard. That's the activation requirement. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do equip that monster to discard. When your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can send one Therion's monster card from your hand or field to the graveyard, including itself. Negate that effect. You can only use each of the precedent effects of Therion King Regulus once per turn, and a Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and that effect of Therion's King Regulus. There's so much to digest here. First of all, you get to equip back a machine monster from your graveyard to the spell and trap zone, which I am going to be covering later on. Actually allows you to go plus and generate even more like board pressure. But on top of that, you have an Omni Negate that doesn't negate the activation but the effect. Now this matters because let's say your opponent has something like Lightning Storm that I'm actually going to be showing you in 2 seconds. You would not be able to negate that very well with a card like Solemn Judgment, since Solemn Judgment negates the activation. So if your opponent has multiple copies of a card that can only be activated once per turn, and the activation gets negated, you can activate it again, since the first activation was negated, so it's not, you know, ideal. Whereas when you're negating the effect, if you have multiple copies of a card like that, well, the other copies are going to be completely dead. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys a few combos and interactions with this card, and how much it completely helps Cyber Dragons. But before this combo video starts, make sure you like and subscribe, and also check me out on Twitch and Instagram. I will be uploading the deck profile tomorrow. So with that being said, let's jump right into combo number 1. Alright, so for combo number 1, I don't really have too much to show outside of Cyber Dragon, Hertz, Regulus, and a couple of back row again, just showing you how the advantage, you can actually just get it back again and again and again. So Hertz is one of the big cards that seriously benefits off of Therion's King Regulus, but there are other cards that actually benefit from that. So again, I'm negating my opponent's Lightning Storm. I get to search with Hertz again, so Hertz can search twice the same Hertz, and you don't even have to revive it back or anything, just equip. So literally just 2-3 summons, and that's it. That's all. You can get yourself an Omni Negate, a couple of searches, protect your back row from, again, multiple Lightning Storms, and this card, this Therion's monster can be recycled back. So once you negate with it, it's not game over. So I'm going to show you another combo that showcases just that. Alright, look at this hand. This hand doesn't look like the greatest, right? I have the field spell, I have Cyber Dragon, I have Cyber Dragon Hertz. Really not the best, especially since my opponent has Ash and Fleur de Lis. So I might be going up against a few negates. I'm using the field spell, it's getting Ash, so I'm not getting access to my Omni Negate. How unfortunate. No, I won't be ending on a big board. That is completely incorrect. This card is so ridiculously good that even if it gets ashed, you can still search the monster from your deck to the graveyard to the hand. Wow, how incredible is that? Even if you get hit by Drool, you can activate this card and not search, and then still get access to your monster. Look at this, my friend. So you're going to be special summoning your Cyber Dragon and then normal summoning a weaker monster that can crash on your opponent, because we are going to be using the second effect of the field spell. If a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, instead of making it get destroyed, you can foolish your deck for a Therion's monster. And now the third effect of the field spell, if any monster is destroyed by battle, you get to recycle back a Therion's monster from your graveyard to your hand. How incredibly freaking fantastic is that? So now we're going to be linking off both monsters for Lina, recycle back the Cyber Dragon with the Hertz, and then equip back the Hertz with the King Regulus. Again, we already established that the Hertz can search again and again and again and again, every single turn, on your opponent's turn. So when you go negate and you send your own Therion's King Regulus, you're going to be searching or recurring back a card again. So if you had a Cyber Dragon core in your graveyard, you can recur it back, and if you get more Cyber Dragons in the future, you're going to be able to recur them back as well. Now, if we are reviving our opponent's Ecclesia, that's a little bonus that I want to show you guys. You can technically search using the monster that you stole if you are playing Punishment or Fleur de Lis or the Nadir Servant package yourself. You could also be reviving back stuff like Invoked Merkaba against Invoked, so you would be stealing your opponent's negates, which is pretty freaking fantastic. So just like that, you were able to play a hand out that, you know, kind of lost to Ash really hard and end on a few negates, which in my book is absolute beautiful magnificence. So that's it for combo number 2. Let's get into combo number 3. Okay, now look at this game state. I know this looks kind of unpractical, will probably never happen in practice. Not really. It might seriously happen in practice. So let's just say that you're about to get Zeused and your opponent has 2 materials, whatever, wasted the final materials on the Zeus. Now your board is cleared. Your opponent sets a bunch of back row, or maybe one back row that doesn't really affect you too much for now, and passes turn there, and you get to draw into the Therion's King Regulus. Did you know that this could potentially be multiple negates as well as breaking your opponent's board? Now you might be thinking, how can I do that if all this card does is equip back a monster from the graveyard to it? And the best case scenario is that you get back a Hertz, and then when you negate something, you recycle back Cyber Dragon Core, right? Well, that is absolutely not the case, and I'm about to show you why right now. So you're going to be using the effect of Therion's King Regulus in order to equip back Cyber Dragon. A lot of people might not understand this, but yes, Cyber Dragon, even in the spell and trap zone, can be used to make Chimera-Tech Fortress Dragon. And the reason for that is because the material from Chimera-Tech Fortress Dragon do not necessarily have to be a machine, well, in an actual monster, sorry, the Cyber Dragon. The Cyber Dragon can literally be a spell card, so literally just when you read the card, it says, must first be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards from either field to the graveyard. It doesn't say the above monster cards, or monsters rather, from, you know, the main monster zones or extra monster zones, whatever. It literally does not specify that. So Cyber Dragon, the OG very specifically, you couldn't do that with Cyber Dragon Core and the other ones, because their effects to be treated as Cyber Dragon only apply when they are face up on the field as monsters, and when they are in the equip, the spell and trap zone, they become what they actually truly are. So Cyber Dragon Core, etc. And now you might be thinking, well, maybe you could do that with Chimera-Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, because for Mega Fleet it only requires Cyber Dragon Monster. Now unfortunately with Mega Fleet, it specifies that it has to be a monster card. So in other words, you can't just use a card in the spell and trap zone, because even though your monster is technically a Cyber Dragon monster, it's not really treated as a Cyber Dragon monster in that context, but rather as a Cyber Dragon monster card in the form of a spell, if you can kind of understand what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the really important thing is that you get to single-handedly make a rank 8 just with one card, and a rank 8 in this deck in the grind game is absolutely ridiculously disgusting. I think you might be unable to understand why, but just in case you don't know, let me show you this. So your Dean Gearsu can attach back Cyber Dragon Hertz from the banished to the field, and then when you battle, you inflict a little bit of damage. Main phase 2, you have a 4 material Zeus, so even if your opponent was holding on to like an Imperm or something to protect his own board from a gigantic board wipe, it's not going to be doing anything, so you already by default get to break boards, even if your opponent had interruptions like effect negation on the field. So it doesn't do enough, and now you get to use the effect of Zeus, of course detaching the Hertz, send whatever, everything else on the field. If your opponent had undestructible by monster, like by battle monsters, if your opponent had a bunch of Thunder Dragon Colossus, all good in the hood, they can get unbanned, that's fine. Not only do you have the Dingirsu to send, you have the Zeus in order to send everything, doesn't target, doesn't destroy, fantastic. And now the Hertz is going to be recycling back the core. You get to, you didn't even need to use your normal summon, so you can either, I guess, recycle back Nexture in order to revive back Infinity, or go Core, Search Overflow. The world is honestly your oyster at this point, but just like that, you are able to end on a few interruptions. And in case you're wondering, well, the Cyber Dragon Core kind of has no protection. If your opponent tries to attack over it, you're going to either have to force your Overflow or kind of whatever, or you use the effect of Zeus. You can let your opponent kill the core, and then use the effect that nobody reads that Zeus has. That's when other card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you get to attach one card from your hand, deck, or extra deck to this card. So you're going to be able to get maybe another Hertz in order to get even more recursions. So yeah, that's it for this combo. Let's get into the fourth and final combo, which is rather an interaction and not really a combo. Alright, so everybody hates Harpy's Feather Duster against Cyber Dragon Traps, of course. Now, okay, Nadir Servant doesn't have to be that card that you're using. This could be in the late game, and maybe you use something like Dogmatica Punishment, and you were able to get the card that I'm about to show you in the graveyard. So what are we going going to be sending with this. Cyber Dragon Nova. And now you might already be able to read it, but we're going to go Therion's King Regulus in order to get back the Cyber Dragon Nova in the Spell and Trap Zone, and then Ecclesia, Surge the Punishment, set one pass, and assuming that our opponent tries to actually beat over back row, a card like Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone, etc. might not be the best because your opponent chooses what he destroys, but Lightning Storm and Duster are pretty in your favor because your opponent really has to destroy absolutely everything, even the cards that he doesn't want to destroy. Like if he knows that you have Waking the Dragon, etc., he's still going to be forced to destroy them, and in this situation, this is almost a Waking the Dragon-esque card. So right now, there are not that many good machine monsters that you can summon, so on your opponent's turn, if you really want to negate, you could technically summon Invoke Merkaba, but if this happens on your own turn, you get to summon Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, send the Hertz and Core, go for the game. That's Rampage already has 6300 damage input because it's 2100 attack and attacks thrice. So, very disgusting. But now you still have the negate with Theron's King Regulus, you still have the negate with Merkaba, and your opponent had to waste a very powerful card like Harpy's Feather Duster. So this is just showing you all the ways that you can beat back row removal now in Cyber Dragon Traps. So this card was fantastic support. I'm super happy. I'm going to be tweaking with the ratios now and definitely improving this deck in the days to come. So that's pretty much it for this combo video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also don't forget to tune in for the deck profile tomorrow. And I'll see you guys there. Peace.